So Oxford is located in Zilker. It's a really cute neighborhood near music venues. It's very active, but at the same time, you can turn a corner and feel like you're not in the middle of the hustle bustle of South Austin. You approach the house, there's a tower-like volume to the left and then a gabled volume to the right. But just wanting to create a pure box that was wood and then having this asymmetrical feel with a gable that kind of dives into it. So creating some contrast was really what we were going after with the finishes on the exterior. When we work through the design process, we always like to keep in mind what the client wants. And then this client wanted to bring a certain level of finishes in the project. We wanted to not just put a blank sheetrock wall at the entry, we wanted to create a statement. And that's where the diagonal battens and the blue that wraps around and leads you into the kitchen, it became sort of an internal wayfinding as well, which a way for us to tie and guide the visitor into the house. We always like to create little symbols or markers in the space so that it organizes subconsciously the person who's visiting the home on how they should move through the space. What we're always aiming for is finding simple materials that have a lot of pattern and depth to them, so we don't have to worry the builder and the installer with it has to be laid out this exact way. It can be laid out however which way they want it, but it still creates a pattern that helps support the design. So the gold touches, while they're very on trend, turns out it's something they love. We played off of the geometric nature of that for most of our finishes in the home. For instance, the wallpaper in the master bedroom, as well as the mudroom, the light fixtures in the staircase in the dining room also have very straight angles. The pendants in the master bath, as well as the master closet. And the kitchen was all blue with this really beautiful marble that has this natural veining in it that we wanted to keep. The focal point was the island because we took the geometric nature of origami and started thinking of the folds of the countertop. If you were to see that one countertop slab turns on the living room side, it turns on the hallway side, and it also turns facing the sink. So we kind of took this one slab and then folded it down on multiple planes. And the similar material, the marble, we loved it so much we wanted to make it the countertop as well as the backsplash in the kitchen. That master bedroom exterior wall is this shared wall between the backyard patio space and the master bedroom. So placing windows right there felt a little strange. So we wanted to bring natural light in, but we lifted the windows up to be more like transoms in that space so that a lot of light can come in. And then the picture windows lower, more facing the backyard. So in our vision, the homeowner could landscape a really beautiful interior courtyard to look out to. If they're Zen folks, they could plant a bunch of bamboo and let it grow and create this beautiful view that they could look out to. What we wanted to do is make the staircase a focal point, because when you come from the garage, you put your bags down in the mudroom, you turn, your first view is of the staircase. And it's also another way of drawing in a ton of light from the side. So the floating staircase sort of brought an airiness in that little space, but also some cute ideas that we were playing around with when we were laying it out. As if a family moves in, it could be this warm, cozy little space that kids could make their own, or adults could make into like a little reading area and just kind of have a floating staircase above it. So it felt like a really nice statement. As you go up, we wanted to make sure the spaces felt comfortable, generous, lots of natural light, and just bright and happy. From the staircase, and you turn to the right and you have this big windowed glass door that leads you to the balcony. And so there's a lot of natural light coming in from there. But then to the left, you go into this cozy kind of Scandinavian space that would be the perfect place for kids. That is flooded with light, with windows with added skylights that align on each window that was placed in that added space. When when we're dealing with clients that are having to buy such expensive lots, they want us to make sure that we're maximizing what they're building. So we tapped into the attic exemption. And so that's why that entire back space is vaulted the way it is. We had so much square footage to use once we went into an attic exemption that giving a very comfortable bathroom layout worked out well. So we saw it as like a family that wanted a home that had maybe 4 kids and you could easily just shove all 4 kids in that shower and get them clean in the same time. It was just a really cute space, so we created a little bench in that large shower, so if they wanted to steam up the shower and just sit there and relax. We were playing off the whole Zen vibe from the master suite. We wanted to bring some of that upstairs, but in a more playful way. On this project, everybody tends to like stick their balcony in their backyard and, you know, overlooking into the neighbor's backyard. And for some cases that works, but in this situation, we wanted to engage with the neighborhood. So putting the balcony up front was the most natural placement for it. And then all the materials sort of coming together in that one spot just made it more interesting. Like you're having a glass of wine, you're relaxing, and then you can kind of just gaze at interesting details happening in the exterior.